Hello everyone, it's Deepa here, speaking to you from New Zealand again. As you can see on the screen, I have today got a selection of locomotives and wagons and coaches to show you. The first, of course, you can see there is the trying Hornby Stephenson's Rocket set. That is the set which came from this box. It's the R346C Stephenson's Rocket set, and here's the original instruction booklet dated 23rd of January 1969, and the servicing scheme. I was quite pleased to pick this up a number of years ago, and I don't think I've run it very much, and it was pretty much unused, if not unused in actual fact, when I bought it, and it's had a run on the layout a few times over the years, but not very much. So I've serviced it today, cleaned the wheels, and applied a bit of oil to various places, and it appears to be running quite well, so I thought I'd give that a try. It's running on nickel silver track rather than the Super 4, so it's perhaps not quite as powerful as it would be because its adhesion magnets haven't got anything to get a grip on. Steel track being required for that. So the green Electra loco has got the benefit of adhesion, which is why it's got a longish train of slightly heavy and a little bit resistant set of trying Mark 1 coaches. My AL1 loco is hauling a freight train, and that's going to run on the inclined section of the layout. It's mostly tanker wagons, and I'm hoping that'll run okay, so we'll give that a try. So I'll start the Rocket first and we'll see what happens. Bit of wheel spin, and it's off. This actually runs rather quickly, so it's just lost traction just there. Not sure why, but I'll give it a bit of a push and see if it'll carry on. I guess it's going now. So it obviously needs to build up some momentum. May have to increase its speed a little bit too, just to see if it'll get around the layout. The coaches are rattly in a way which you'd probably say was realistic, I presume, in those days, 1800 odd. Perhaps would have been a little bit that way. This is after a bit of a light oiling too to the wheel bearings. So I'll allow that to wend its way around the layout on this far side. And I'm always surprised about the small size of this loco, which I think really illustrates how much more substantial modern locomotives have become. Just see if it makes it round here today. Any further wheel slip. Oh, it's got a bit of a burst of power there. Looks like that's going to be a problem spot, isn't it? So I'll just give it a little push again and increase speed a little bit. I'll let that continue running round. We'll start one of the other sets. The AL1 making that characteristic whine that these locos have because of their knurled driving wheels. Not 100% sure what the real loco sounded like, but I suspect not like that necessarily. So this is going to have a try at the incline, which hopefully it'll manage. This is the less steep end of the incline section. That's getting around there without any problem. A little bit slowly, but probably not necessarily any bad thing. Very loud coming down there. Stevenson's rocket seems to have got past that sticking point, just with the extra power that I gave it. So with those two running, we'll start the EM2 loco. And that, of course, has got plenty of grip thanks to magnetization, and is able to haul those coaches without too much trouble. There we go. An interesting development here, being almost summertime, it's certainly a warm spring, is that the track has had to be released. I don't know if you can see just here, there's been quite a bit of track expansion with the heat up here in the attic, and so I'm actually noting that those trains are going to come rather close to each other on the Super 4 track and the nickel silver track. Hopefully their paths won't coincide. In the meantime, all appears to be going well down this end. Just found a guardsman on the track. I'm just going to snatch that out of the way. You do wonder with these tension lock couplings how on earth things actually manage to detach themselves in that way, but there you go. Oops, hello. Oh, there we go. A collision of the Rocket and the AL1 train, so I guess that means I better stop the EM2 as well. So first of all, the guards van came off on the downhill section, and then the AL1's freight train for some reason decided to derail itself, and just before I managed to stop it, the Rocket struck that end wagon, but I don't think anything's got particularly damaged. So that has brought this running session to a stop just for the moment. So I guess I should thank you all for holding on and just observing the goings on of old trains running on old tracks, and just seeing what happens. And this is probably a good example of just what can happen randomly sometimes. Perhaps a little bit of stickiness somewhere, or perhaps there was a catch on the points at some stage. These are pico points, but of course the older locos and wagons don't particularly like them at times, so I guess that's what possibly happened. The loco certainly seems to have got through okay, so I think it's some of the freight wagons that were the problem. Anyway, that's the running concluded, I guess, for the moment. It could be a good stopping point anyway. And so once again, I'd like to thank those of you who've subscribed to my channel, and I certainly would be grateful if you're a viewer who hasn't subscribed, if you would consider doing so. Apparently there's a considerable advantage to getting my videos to a wider audience if you have more subscribers. And I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I'm sure it'll be something to do with Google's algorithms. So I'd be grateful for that, and if you like the videos, apparently that's also helpful. So thank you very much for those who've already liked videos and viewed them, and also of course my subscribers, especially my initial 6 subscribers who I mention all the time, and that's because there were only 6 for quite a while, and now there are obviously quite a few more. So I'm very pleased to be able to send images from New Zealand around the world, and especially in these lockdown times, I guess it's nice to be able to see that there are things happening in the world of modelling again. And this layout, for those of you who weren't aware of it, was in fact mostly constructed, this far end anyway, over here, was in fact constructed during lockdown. And the reason it looks a bit flimsy is because we were locked down, and so I had to use whatever existing building materials I had, and as a result of that, it's probably not as sturdy as I would have liked it to have been. The original layout ended here, and there was just a turnaround, basically took the trains back that way. And prior to that, I just had an 8x4 board, so that has been a considerable improvement over the years. Anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see if I can run some trains without event on the next occasion. Farewell for now.